Hey everyone, welcome. Mr. Hancock here. This video is for fall 2020. This is being introduced in week 11. This week is mainly just going to be an introduction to the final portfolio, which will function as the final exam. However, as far as your work goes, you still need to use this week to start using the content in week 10 to continue your research and prepping up ready to put your outline together in week 12, which will be next week. So still use this time to prep up, use the content in week 10 to build, be prepared if you come into class to come to ask questions, email me with questions. Use this time now to prep up and figure out any problems that you have. If you have any questions, anything that's confusing or you don't understand, use this time now. Otherwise, this video here is going to be focused on your final portfolio. So let's get into that now. This video here, as you can notice, this is looking at my Comp 1 14A. So this is a comp with review. This video is going to be focused on, it doesn't matter, Comp 1 with review, standard Comp 1, and Comp 2. Everything's going to work exactly the same. If there are any differences, I'll explain it as I go. So here we are. Here's week 11. You got your checklist. Just said what I just told you. Portfolio instructions. I want to go ahead and open this. This is kind of confusing, I've noticed, but I still want to give it to you and talk about it here. This is what your portfolio is. First off, you need to notice and pay attention to your due date. This is different than your standard due on Sunday night kind of assignment. This is due on Wednesday, December 9th by 11:59. That is the first day of the finals. So the final exam is there. So for my class, for all my classes, if it's traditional, online, none of that matters. If you see the final exam schedule on all of that, you do not have to worry about coming to class during that time to do a physical final exam. Your final exam is this portfolio, okay? So just like your typical essay submission, you're going to put the portfolio together, and it's going to be due. It'll be open actually the week before, or the very beginning of the week, I think, or one of those. You'll see. I'll let you know closer to time. But I'm going to open up well ahead of time. You're going to take it just like your typical essay you've done all semester. Get it ready and submit it, and that's it, okay? To be due, like I said, Wednesday the 9th by 11:59 p.m. So, no, you will not show up to class and take a physical final. You will not do anything like that. You'll just submit this, okay? Let's see here. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're any kind of comp class. That's what you'll do. Anyway, so let's talk about this here. What a portfolio is. A portfolio is your, it's a display, a presentation in a way of your work that you've done up to this point. So let's say you're an artist and you're trying to get a job doing something, presenting your art. I don't know, I'm making that up. But before someone will hire you, they may ask to see a portfolio. It means a collection of your artwork that you have to display, to show to others. So in a way, that's what this is. This is a collection of your work that you've done this semester to show where you've gone. But the main part of this portfolio is to show how you've progressed, okay? To show you how you've gotten from the very beginning of the class all the way to the very end here. So it's going to have a collection of work and your writing process all the way up into that point. Good news is, all of the content that you've done in this class has been electronic. So you don't have a problem with getting, paper, handwritten stuff and handwritten outlines and trying to copy and paste them, or excuse me, like take a picture and copy and paste or do scanning. You don't have to do that stuff. Everything's electronic through Blackboard, so you can access your old work and now use that work to put it into your portfolio. I'll have a template for you to use. Everything is really laid out. It's really simple. All you have to do is a lot of cutting and pasting in a way. So that is what it's going to be. So, like I said, I don't want this to be confusing, but I want to kind of go through this just a little bit so we can all be on the same page as to what you're going to be putting in it. You're going to be asked to put certain things inside this portfolio, and you kind of get to choose, okay? The thing is, with this semester being so wild and crazy, we technically are only doing 3 major essays, so that's pretty much what you're going to be putting in, is all your essays that way. So, it says, notice here, it says at least 2 invention techniques. Invention techniques are anything that you've done that is in the pre-writing stage of your writing process. Primarily, your outline. So I highly recommend you put your outline in here. Other discussion board posts that you've done may fit for this, but there's no reason to do that if you've done your outline. Now, if you don't have an outline, but you've got some other posts that you've done, that may work, but, that's what you want to kind of do there, okay? Let's see. So you'll need at least 2 invention techniques. So pretty much what you're going to do is you're going to show how you went from nothing to a finished product for at least 2 of your essays. So for instance, we're going to start off with our narrative essay. We're going to put our invention technique or outline in there, show how we went with comments and feedback from me and others, how you went from your outline to your rough draft, and how you went from your rough draft with comments to your final draft. So you're going to present all that in order inside of this document, okay? So at least 2 invention techniques, that means 2 essays. So your narrative and then your song analysis. This at least 2 rough drafts with feedback from others included, that pretty much same thing. So if you chose, which I highly recommend, choose one of your first essays, and then the last one needs to be this final research essay. So out of the 2 that you have to show, you need to make sure that you put one of them has to be the research essay that we're doing here towards the end of the semester. So let's just say you choose the narrative and then you choose this research essay. For the narrative, like I said, you show the outline, you show the rough draft, and then you show the final product, the final draft. Then you move on and you do the same thing for your research. You show the research outline, research rough draft, research final product there, okay, the final draft, all right? So that's what is shown here on number 1 and 2. At least 2 invention techniques, at least 2 rough drafts, then at least 2 compositions that address different rhetorical situations. So pretty much different types of essays. One being a research essay, that's its own, okay? The other one could be your narrative. Do the narrative. That's 2 completely different rhetorical modes. That's what we want. You just don't want to do 2 of the same things. I don't think you're really going to have a problem in my class with that because I try to make all your essays different. Let's see here. At least one of the compositions must demonstrate analysis and or synthesis of sources. Exactly. Therefore, that's why you have to do this last research paper for one. Because if you don't, you're not accomplishing that goal. At least one of the compositions must demonstrate academic integrity through proper citation and documentation. So that means at least one has to have citation of sources, documentation of sources. Your research paper does that. That's check. Both of the compositions must demonstrate an adequate level of knowledge of conventions. In other words, grammar, mechanics, stuff like that, sentence structure. And then number 7, this is the only thing that you'll be adding onto it in writing. It's a 1-page. Everybody, this is how it's a test to know if anybody's really watching this video and listening. A 1-page self-reflection in which the student asserts that he or she has at least developed rhetorical skills, critical thinking, everything like that. So pretty much you're going to write a 1-page reflection that explains how you've developed, how you feel that you have developed as a writer and how, okay? That 1 page is more of a paragraph. It's not an essay on its own. It's just a reflection. So I say reflective paragraph, about a page long. There we go. It's worth a lot of points. So don't not do this. So anyway, there's your instructions. Due date, very important there, okay? Now, let's go over here and look. Now, each one of these is going to look different for the class. So if you're in your comp review, the template's going to look a little bit different than it would for just the basic comp one, and it's going to look a little bit different for your comp 2, but they're still going to be the same. So let's take a look at the template. Everybody needs to use this template. I'm really still blown away at how many students, when I give them an essay outline template, I say use this template, and they still don't use the template. I don't get it. Use this template, okay? So it's going to take a minute to load, or I think I already got it going. There it is. All right, so let me also tell you this here. This template, this document is going to be a very big document, so it may take a little time to load onto your computer. Also, I always get, when it's time to turn these into Blackboard, I always get emails of people freaking out saying that I've tried to upload this and it's not wanting to upload. It's not uploading. It is going to upload. It's just since it's such a big document, it takes a little bit longer for the Blackboard system to process it. So it might lag, it might have some problems like that. Give it a little bit of time before you freak out and email me, okay? It's just such a big document, it takes a few minutes for it to really get into the system and register, okay? So don't worry about that. So anyway, here we are. So notice I said this is for Comp 1 with review. If it's just Comp 1, it'll just say Comp 1 or Comp 2. But anyway, there it is. Fill in your information right there. It's a template, so put your name, put my name, put the semester and year. Now, here's your table of contents. You do not necessarily have to change these, okay? A little bit, I mean, what I would do is I would leave it self-reflection, invention technique, select an essay. I would probably erase that and put like narrative or song analysis. Rough draft, erase that and put song analysis. You know, erase this and put song analysis or narrative, whatever you chose. And this one, this last one, it already says research essay because the last one you have to do, it needs to be the research essay. So there it is. That's this last one we're doing, this final unit we're doing in this semester. For your Comp 2, that's going to be your proposal. Okay, so put your proposal in there. Now, the Comp 1 and Comp 2, it will not have this section. Okay, so Comp 1, Comp 2, give me just a moment here to talk to my Comp Review students. Comp Review students, this section here is for your Comp Review portion of the class. This content is going to come directly from your discussion board posts, okay? Between week 10 or week 9 all the way up until week 13, you're going to be getting discussion board posts where you're going to be presented a reading or something to analyze, and you're going to write an analytical response to it, okay? Your reader response. Just follow the directions, okay? But bottom line is this. It asks for 3 of these reader responses. That's what will go here. These 3 things here. It says insert the name of your selected response. Okay, I'm going to give you 3, so all 3 should go there. You will find these anywhere between week 9, I believe, week 9 and week 13 in the discussion boards. They will be presented inside the discussion boards. They may be a reading assignment. I may have them, as a matter of fact, I believe I will have them as reading assignments inside the regular, like in your weekly modules. So it's either going to be presented as a reading assignment in there, or it will be presented as your discussion board post. Either one, it'll say it. So you just follow your instructions on that. And then everybody will also have this. Let me whoopsie-daisy that. There we go. This last part here says additional invention technique and additional rough draft. All right. So let's just say hypothetically for Comp 2, up here you chose your call to action, and then under that your proposal. All right, down here, that's going to ask for an additional one. What's the other essay we did? We did our rhetorical analysis. So that means the invention technique, go ahead and give the rhetorical analysis outline, and then right under here, give the rhetorical analysis rough draft, okay? It's not going to ask for a rhetorical analysis final draft. It just wants an additional invention technique and additional rough draft. So if we've only done 3 essays and you have to post 3, do each one. So up here, again, this first one right here, the pre-writing, writing, and revision part of your writing process is your invention technique is your outline, rough draft is your rough draft, and your final draft. Do that for one solid essay so we can see how you went from the outline all the way up to your final draft. And then do it again for your research essay. Now, that's your table of contents. Fill it out appropriately. Now, when you come down here, you'll see it has a spot for everything you need inside your portfolio. Insert your self-reflection essay here. Now, like I said, it could be just a big paragraph. It doesn't matter, but it's going to be a page. That will go here on this page. Next page. Here we go. Read this, y'all. This is an example and invention technique. All right? There's that. So, erase this. All right, everybody? And put your information there. So if you have an outline, you're going to copy and paste your outline on this page. It'll probably go to another page too. It's going to be a long document, but this is where it starts, okay? Then under that, your rough draft, okay? You'll include feedback from the peer editing session, like if it's a peer review in the discussion board, if it's what I put content in there, you can do that too. If you had a one-on-one meeting, you know, or anything, if you had something to where you don't have written comments, you'll have to include a short paragraph at the end explaining what you were told by either me or others or whatever have you, okay? And then after that, paste that, okay? Paste your final draft in there, okay? Again, it just shows how you went from the very beginning of nothing to a final product there, okay? And I'm almost out of time in this video, so I'm going to wrap this up. But if you continue throughout your portfolio template, you'll see research essay, invention technique, research essay, rough draft, you know, then your final draft. Follow this and paste what you have to in here. As we go forward, after we get done with our turning in our final draft on the 13th week, we'll have the last couple weeks to get this thing completely finalized. Until then, go through this, look at this, start working on it, and let me know if you have any questions.